Does the offense have top 5 potential?
See, I'm more pessimistic about this one. I mean, how can you have a top 5 offense without a settled quarterback spot? If Trey Lance comes out and plays like an offensive rookie of the year, then yeah. Or Jimmy Garoppolo takes a step forward from what he showed 2 years ago, then yeah. But until they figure out the quarterback spot, I'm thinking this is going to be a team that'll rank high in rushing yards, but not points in total yards.
Okay, fair enough.
I see. I think the answer to this is yes. Okay. I do think they could be because I don't think Garoppolo necessarily needs to be better than he was in 2019 for them to be a top 5 offense. Weren't they the second ranked offense in the league that year? Depending on which stat you use.
Yeah, what stat are you talking about?
Talking about yards or points?
Whichever one ESPN
whichever one's higher
organizes it by first.
They were 8th in points, second in points, 4th in yards. All right, you're right.
Okay.
Either way,
I think they're. Let me think about this for a second before I say it out loud. I think they're more talented on offense now than they were that year, off the top of my head. Like, I think there's certainly more ceiling, more dynamic ceiling with Debo and Ayuk. They're the 2 reasons I think that. Now, you could argue. Well, happy year of Emmanuel Sanders. I think they'll be able to run the football. Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to quarterback. But if you tell me you get the 2019 version, the other thing is I think they might have to be a little better on offense this year than they were in 2019 because I don't think their defense will be what that defense was, which was like the number 1 defense in the league through 8 weeks and then, like second and third to the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I think I think Grant's right. Like it is, I don't want to use this word. It's overused right now. I'm not being bold for the sake of it, but I do think it's possible for it to get there. And again, that for me comes down a lot to how much I like Ayuk.
I love Ayuk, by the way. That guy, is there anything he can't do as a wide receiver? Seems kind of like a total package.
It's crazy. I saw him a lot, as a lot of people watching this probably have, in college, and he was N'Keal Harry really overshadowed him, which in hindsight is wild. Now, the year they were together, it was Ayuk's first year from junior college. And the next year, going into his next year at ASU, I remember one of the ASU guys told me, he's like, I said, can you really have a number 1 receiver better than Ayuk? He's like, oh yeah, wait till you see this guy. And even then, he was been better in the NFL. I love the pick when they made it. He actually, in a weird way, has looked bigger to me in the NFL than he did in college. It's a very weird dynamic, but he's sometimes that happens. It's weird. I don't know how it's why you can't trust keep an eye sometimes. But anyway, I love him.
Yep.
Let me ask you this, guy. Are you more bullish if Jimmy starts as far as us being a top 5 offense, or are you more bullish if Lance starts?
Well, I mean, the safer answer is Garoppolo. But again, this goes back to what we talked about. Is Trey Lance starting if he's not ready to start, but Garoppolo doesn't look as good as you want him to look? No, I don't. If Trey Lance is not ready to start and you're getting like week 1 last year Garoppolo, I still think Garoppolo is the quarterback. If Trey Lance is starting, it's because Trey Lance is ready to play. So if Trey Lance is ready to play, I mean, Robert Griffin III, now he was he was a more established prospect, but he was the offensive rookie of the year coming in. Yeah. So yeah, I think Lance, I think it's if Lance is the starter, just because I think he will have earned it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say when I just look at the landscape of the NFL, obviously you have to compare to other teams. Again, Tampa Bay pops up. Obviously, Kansas City, Dallas is in there. They've got weapons everywhere. But outside of that, I just don't see a for sure other top 5 offense off the top of my head that I would say is definitely better than San Francisco. So yeah, I think the potential is definitely there. And you might be right, Guy. We may need to put up more points and more yards and control the ball more than we ever have because that defense may need it.
You went the way Grant and I didn't, which was to talk about the other offenses in the league. So what do we think about the other offenses in the league? Are the Bills going to be better or worse on offense this year than they were last year, or the same? I watched that video that Warren Sharp put out a week or two ago. It was like, here are the 17 interceptable balls that Josh Allen threw last year that weren't picks. I was like, please. Then I watched it and I went, Oh yeah, those are like 17 interceptable balls. Tampa might be better this year even than they were last year if they're just what they were in the second half all year long. Is Tennessee going to be better on offense this year? I don't think so. Will the Saints be better on offense this year?
No.
I would say no as well.
Ravens are still good.
Ravens are still
Kansas
good.
City.
Seahawks.
Yep.
The Seahawks were 8th last year in offense, built mostly in the first when they were on the historic pace in the first 7 weeks or whatever it was of the season. Could the Raiders be better on
Falcons
offense
if they don't trade Julio?
Yeah,
but they might trade Julio.
Maybe if Arthur Smith's a good football coach, I don't know.
Yeah,
head football coach.
Okay,
I didn't have a conclusion there, but
it's got to be better than Dirk Cutter. Was it Dirk Cutter there last year? It was Dirk Cutter, right? Anyway,
who's the head coach?
No, the offensive coordinator. Whoever it was under Dan Quinn. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I think it was Cutter. No, I think it was Cutter.